You are live! Exclamation point. Okay, and it's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. So, good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you might be located around the world. And for those of you who are watching this in the recorded version, greetings to you and welcome as well. My name is Roger Nolan, and gosh, I've been teaching with Elisha and his crew since the inception. I remember when he and Stephanie first wrote me and said that they were forming a center, and I immediately wrote back and said, "What can I do?" And so here we are, and myself and a number of other teachers trade off this Sunday teaching seat, and I'm usually the third Sunday of the month. And we do this as a voluntary basis, but we do have also the ability to, if you wanted to give a gift to the Center for Mindful Living for scholarships, classes, and so forth, I've put up the PayPal donation button as well as the Venmo information. Hello, Rivka. Welcome. Good morning. Who else do we have here? Deanna, good to see you. Jane, hello. And now it says Elisha. He's not here. It's just me, but it's his account, and that's why his comes up. Okay, so I usually teach on a theme at the beginning of the uh, meditation session here, and I was having some trouble coming up with a theme. What will I teach about? And as often happens, I didn't even come up with what I was going to teach until this morning. And okay, so I thought, all right, it's Father's Day. There's a theme. How could I teach a meditation on Father's Day? All right. Well, there's the solstice, first day of summer. There's a theme. I've taught on that before. And then I just kind of closed my eyes, as I often do, and just kind of let it go. And it came to me. I have a story, I have a teaching story from the life of the Buddha that tangentially involves Father's Day and the summer solstice. Okay, let's see how this goes. And I said tangentially, don't expect anything major here, but it's a great little story. Some of you may have heard it. It's the rose apple tree story. And in the life of the Buddha, when he was Siddhartha Gautama, when he was about 9 years old, his father, who was basically the prince of a community there or a district in northern India, he had certain responsibilities because he was a high office kind of guy. And one of them was to oversee a planting ceremony that took place when the weather got warm. And little 9-year-old Siddhartha and all the other little kids around were there. But as these things happen, the ritual was taking too long and it was warm and the kids were starting to get really antsy. And so the mothers said, let's take the kids and we'll move them off to the side here. Maybe they'd like to go watch someone plowing. So they went over and watched a man plowing. And Siddhartha, he was really hot out in the sun. So he found a little rose apple tree. The rose apple tree is neither a rose or an apple. And it's mainly just a little bush, but it was enough for a little 9-year-old to sit under. And he gathered himself up and he sat up kind of straight and he put his hands in his lap and he gazed downward. And he just felt an immense amount of peace and ease and just a sense of letting go. Later in his life, he continued to seek for that kind of experience, although he didn't know it yet. And maybe about 30 years later, he had gone through a bunch of different ways of practicing. He became a wandering ascetic. He ate very little. He was extraordinarily thin and almost died. And when he was nursed back to health, he suddenly realized maybe I've been going about it the wrong way. Maybe I've been trying to strive and attain when really what I'm looking for is that experience I had when I was 9 years old under that rose apple tree on that summer day. What was that all about? And he sat under the Bodhi tree and just decided to let go. Instead of trying to strive and strain to reach some special state or experience, he simply allowed whatever state or experience was present to be known. And so let's practice a little bit of letting go this morning. First of all, letting go of striving or straining. There's nothing you're supposed to attain here. We're not trying to get anywhere or achieve anything. And we also learn letting go during the practice as we let go of thoughts and come back to the present moment. And this is something you can do at any time during your day. So why don't we begin by making sure we are comfortable under our rose apple tree. Maybe you had an experience, something like that when you were a child, where things were just all perfectly matched and balanced and beautiful. Don't strive for that. Just let go into it if that's happened to you. See what happens. So beginning by just letting go into the body, letting go into this moment as it is. If there is tightness or tension, allowing that to soften as much as it will. If the tightness or tension is the result of the position your body is in, feel free to shift that position so that you are inviting peace and ease in this moment, inviting letting go into this moment. And eyes, they can be closed, they can be slightly open, gazing downward, or perhaps you're gazing at a rose apple tree right now. Letting go into the body, letting go into this moment. No need to try to cling to something from the past. No need to try to push something imagined from the future away. Just allowing this moment to be known, inviting this moment to be known. Perhaps there are sounds where you are. Maybe you're doing this practice outside, or you have a window open and you can hear things. Or perhaps these are just sounds from within the building, within the room, or even within your own body. Just inviting the sounds to be known. Feeling the places of connection or contact where we're touching the ground, we're touching the earth. We may be sitting in a chair, we may be on the second story of a building like I am, and yet we are connected to the earth, just as the young Siddhartha was connected to the earth under the Bodhi tree. And he realized that he was part of everything. And he felt a oneness with the earth, the earthworms, the insects, the birds, the people. Feeling the sensations of breathing, letting the belly be soft so that as we breathe in, there's a gentle expansion of the abdomen. And as we breathe out, there's a gentle releasing of the abdomen. And once again, inviting relaxation through this style of breathing. Abdomen expanding and releasing with each inhale and each exhale. And each breath out offers an invitation to let go. Each breath out, letting go. If placing your attention in the sensations of breathing is difficult for you for any reason, place your attention on the sensations of your hands touching something or the sounds around you. These are all present moment experiences. And when we let go into them, we too connect to the present moment. And so for the next few minutes of silence, simply exploring how you are connecting to the present moment, the sensations of breathing, the sensations of the hands, or the experience of sounds. And as we continue, perhaps checking in with the body, seeing if there's been some renewed tension, tightness, allowing that to soften, inviting it to let go. If you find that you're judging yourself or being critical towards yourself because tension crept back in, see if you can let go of that. And of course, during periods of silence in this practice, our attention is going to wander, going into the distant past, going into the imagined future, reveries, daydreams, fantasies of one kind or another. Perfectly normal and an opportunity again to invite letting go. And in doing so, to learn how in our daily life we can let go whenever we need to. Non striving, simply allowing and letting go. So we'll continue for another few minutes of silence, inviting ourselves to let go moment by moment. And as we continue, letting go of the thoughts, returning back to the reality of this moment, and just letting go into the reality of this moment. Letting the body be soft. Each breath soft, and each exhale inviting us to let go even more. And as we continue toward the conclusion of our practice, if difficulties arise, if memories or thoughts about the future cause turbulence, anxiety, sadness, either in the mind or the body or the heart, instead of trying to cling to or push away these things, see if you can let go into the moment as it is. Whatever you're remembering or imagining is not happening right now. This is the moment. Let go into the moment. See what happens when we open that tight fist from around whatever we're clinging to. And so for the remainder of this practice, we will invite the peace and the ease as best we can, letting go of the tightness, the tension, the thoughts about the past or future, the judging, the preferences. And this will all be done in silence. And of course, taking as much time as you need in your own way to transition from this practice. You're very welcome, Frank. And Shirley, you're in Colorado. What's that all about? Interesting. So if you have any questions or anything you noticed during that practice or need any clarification about an instruction, feel free to, thank you, Richard. Good to have you again. Um, if you have something that you'd like to put in the chat window, how was this for you? Do you have a rose apple tree experience? Sometime when you felt like everything was just right, and it comes and it goes, but we keep striving and straining to make these things happen. The reality is we're already it, as Ram Dass likes to say, or did say. We're already it. We're just busy convincing ourselves that we're not. And Lama Gendun Rinpoche has a wonderful piece called The Great Awakened Elephant, in which he says that enlightenment cannot be found through striving and straining, but through open relaxation and letting go. Open relaxation and letting go. Good. A relaxing sit for Christina. Good. Dankeschön. Yes. And choose to you. Thank you. Hey, Sandy. Thank you. Good quiet practice. Good. Like that. All right. Now, just a reminder, this is strictly voluntary, but if you'd like to help with the cost of programs at the Mindful Living Collective or scholarships and the like, we do have a PayPal donation button. So anything is voluntary. Don't have to do it. This teaching is free. Okay. Just want to make sure. Hi, Luz. Good to see you. Much needed. Thank you so much. Glad to hear it. Hello, Carla. Yeah. The Sunday morning bird gathering sounds during the meditation. Nice, nice. Yeah, just let go into those. From the land of enchantment, New Mexico. Oh yeah, I spent some time on the Navajo reservation in Crown Point, New Mexico. If you're familiar with Crown Point, I may not even exist anymore. It was really tiny little town. Good, thank you. Kelly, good to see you here. And happy Father's Day to you too. Thank you so much, all the way from Palos Verdes. Soothing, wonderful. Good, good. Well, that's the whole idea, We engage in these practices because we need to step out of the doing mode a little bit. Doing mode is not a problem. It's not the enemy. It's not something we're trying to stop. We need to do, you all are doing by being here. This is doing mode. Then there's also the other wing, if you will, of that, and that's being mode. That's where we do allow things to be and we let go. Being mode is concerned not with the destination, but with the journey. Doing mode's about the destination. You need to do that if you're planning a trip, a road trip or whatever. You might want to plan your route. You might want to book hotels ahead of time, whatever it might be. Okay, so that's the doing mode. The being mode is the trip itself, the driving through the countryside or through the desert or through the mountains, wherever you might be, along the seashore. That's the being mode, being there. If you were in doing mode all the time, you'd just be looking at the map. We don't want to take a road trip just looking at the map. Crown Point, yeah. Spend some time there when you were Chaco Canyon. Yes. Chaco Canyon was right there. Oh my goodness, I haven't thought about Chaco Canyon in a long time. Very nice. Thank you, Carla. Yeah. Good. Oh, the link to PayPal didn't go through. Yeah, don't know. Let me look at it here. It's probably because, let me try this. I don't know why, but they're right on top of each other. No, that doesn't work. Hold on. Yeah, you need to separate. I'm not sure how these things work. All I know is I cut and pasted it this morning from something I received. So don't know how these things work. Oh, you're in Roswell. Okay, sure. Yeah, up there with the little alien. All right. I assume that's where the Little Ailey Inn is located. Maybe it's not in Roswell. I don't know. Okay, well, I think we'll end it here then. I will release you on your own recognizance to the rest of your Sunday, or if you're watching this recording, to whatever day it might be or whatever time it might be. I'll be back on the third Sunday, excuse me, in July. If you're interested in joining our daily meditation that we have, 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, we've been offering this since March 17th, 2020. We call ourselves the Covidian Sangha. If you're interested in getting that link, just write me at the email address you see down here at the bottom of your screen. Okay. And I'll be happy to send you that link. And until next time, again, my gratitude for your being here. Thank you. And have pleasant days. And remember to let go. Just let go a little bit. All right. Let's see how we stop this thing. Oh, end broadcast. That's how we do it. every every month I have to relearn this. All right.